Hi, we're Boston Manor.
And you're watching Salute the Magpie.
Hey, what's up guys? Jack here from Salute the Magpie, and today I'm joined by the guys in Boston Manor. How's it going, guys? All right?
Hey man. Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Would you guys like to introduce yourself, what you do in the band?
I'm Henry, and I stay.
I'm Dan, I play bass.
Great, well let's get into it. You're currently on a huge European tour. How does it feel to be on like a full length, like month-long tour, sort of your first one today as well?
Well, I mean, we've kind of been on tour for about 2 and a bit months now because it's been back-to-back tours. So we did some stuff at the end of September when the album came out, like a load of just sort of promo for the album and like acoustic installs and stuff. And straight from that into the Moose Blood run. The evening of when that tour ended, we flew to America. We were there for 4 weeks. The next day we flew home, and the day after we started this tour. So we've been on tour for ages, but to do our first like headline run is amazing. Like we really didn't know what to expect.
We actually didn't want to do the tour to start with because we didn't think anyone would turn up, but
We were kind of
like a few shows that have been selling out now, and Liverpool's got as close as well, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Like, what is that like feeling? You know, what is it like to have that support behind you? That
unbelievable.
All over the country.
We still can't believe like the amount of people that have turned up to the shows, and
50% of them are sold out, and they've just been like every show's been like just the reception's been incredible. Particularly to like the albums have been out a couple of months, and people knowing all the words and stuff is just so humbling. And we people are always the standard kind of spiel when they play a set like thank you so much for coming out, it means a lot to us, but it's completely genuine. Like we are completely blown away with turnouts, reaction, and just the support. Like it's unbelievable. It's an amazing end to the year for us.
Yeah. And you're saying like a few sold out shows. Is there any shows that you would sort of highlight, pick and choose, like what have been like the best shows that you've played so far?
I mean, this is only the 4th, 5th UK show.
Yeah, even the Europe shows were like, literally nobody's going to come, and then it's like a room full of kids and they're all singing, going crazy. Like Cologne for me in Europe was like the best show.
Amsterdam was sick as well.
Yeah, Amsterdam was sick.
They were all.
They're all good. Cologne was my standout show for Europe, and then the UK so far.
Southampton was amazing. That's the venue.
Was that your first sold out show of the tour?
That was the first sold out show.
That was. To be honest, man, they've all been insane. Bristol was like the hottest show we've ever played. That was ridiculous. Like we passed out. Last night was amazing, and because we knew the ones that were going to do well, and the kind of the bigger territories like here where we played a lot, and we only needed a ticket and it was really good. And there's some that were like, they might not be as great, but we've come to those shows and it's still been a completely full room. It's been mental. Like it's been
more
so
than we
much better than
expected.
I
I suppose it's like one of those where like you'll see the ticket numbers, and then you don't really expect like what the room's going to be like. So like 50 people would turn up, but like those 50 people could be all energy, all out, like completely mad for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we talked about earlier your album, Be Nothing, absolute rager.
Thanks, man.
How does it feel to finally have it out there for the public to hear? Like it's been out for it came out late September.
We've been sat on it for quite a while, haven't we?
Yeah.
So
we have.
To finally get it out, it's just like a bit of a relief, and I don't know. We always pretty nervous when we put out new music because we don't know like how it's going to be like portrayed to people and stuff. So it's great to hear to see like a good like reaction from it.
Yeah, how has it been received by the fans? Has it been
unbelievable, man. Like it's
because you had the 3 EPs, you had the 3 EPs out before, but now the debut album it's much bigger. Like people really latch onto it.
Yeah, so a definite difference between the EP and the album coming out, isn't there?
Yeah, and it's kind of your first sort of like your kind of introduction to the kind of global,
the wider world.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like So, but it's been, the reception's been, I know it's like a bit of a broken record, but it has been unbelievable, and it's, I don't know, people have just been, because when you get kind of put out into the wider sort of sphere of the world, there's always, as much as, loads more people might love your band, there's still a bunch of people always have something to say, don't they, and say, that's just shit or whatever, but we've not really had any big, like, this album sucks kind of thing. People have just been really, like, receptive to it, like the people that are into that kind of thing have just been really, and they've just gone straight on board, and we've been blown away, man. Like, putting out your first album is, you can only do it once, and I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out sonically, and the support that we've had, not just from the UK, but from other countries that we've played as well, and it's been a phenomenal year, man. I'm so happy with how it all turned out. Like, I'm stoked, man.
Well, let's rewind a bit then. Like, what was the writing process like for the album? Because saying it sounded a bit different sonically. Obviously, your EPs came out, and I can see hints of it with Sordade or Sordade or whatever. But what was the writing process like from that step up from those EPs, which I imagine were quite drilled, quite like you're decent at writing.
We knew
4 or 5 songs.
We knew that we had, like, say, you've got much more wiggle room to kind of to create and to kind of push the boundaries a little bit more. I've kind of sort of said this a bit before, that we kind of used Soilage as sort of like a blueprint, so to speak. We knew where we were going to start, but we didn't really set an end point. We were kind of like, okay, well, this is, say, the complete bedrock bottom layer of what we're going to do, and then we're just going to kind of expand from there. And I'm really proud of how we kind of like pushed ourselves, because it's not like reinventing the wheel, it's not some kind of music you've never heard before, but in terms of where we are as artists, we've kind of we definitely pushed each other as individuals and a collective to be as to be more daring, I suppose, because there's a lot of things we were like, no, people are gonna, they're gonna like that, and we're like, no, we like it, so let's just.
We just like nitpicked everything as well. We kind of like, we wrote our 10 songs, kind of had like 30 song ideas all inside these 10, and we kind of like, we had them and we're like, so what don't we like about these 10 songs? And we actually wrote like a list, and then we're like, a huge list for each song, like bits we hated, bits we wanted to change, and then we spent a whole week just kind of crossing these off and making them better, and that's when we started to really like it, because at first we're like, and then
it's like you like the song, but you're like, no, we like some, this one's quite weak, this one isn't as good, and we're like, we'll strip it back to the bare bones, and then every song's probably been rewritten like 6-7 times, and I think this is how you become a better writer, really. It's kind of critical evaluation, I guess, but it's we really kind of challenged ourselves, and we're kind of like, I'd write a melody or a lyric, and maybe like, no, you can do better than that. And same with everything.
Yeah, we're really open with each other now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's harder at first when you start the band and you kind of like, you can't really say something.
You don't want to offend anyone.
You don't want to offend anyone.
Confrontation can be a good thing, I guess. Like, you need to break through those barriers.
I think that's what the EPs before, kind of like, we've learned a lot from doing them, in terms of like how we are as people and as writers and stuff.
And the amount of time we spent together the past 2-3 years now, we know each other better than anyone knows us, kind of thing. Like, so we know, just sort of, we kind of look at a real unit now. And I think doing an album really brings you together like that as well, because the amount of work, the amount of time we put into this album is months of writing, and then sort of 3 weeks of recording it and stuff. It's been a real challenge, but it's
it's having like 5 opinions all in. Like, you want your opinion to be like, you want for the certain bits of songs, and everyone's like, I want this, I want this, I want this. You gotta like learn to compromise with each other, and that's what
you kind of have to go from a democracy to a bit of a kind of communistic sort of approach, really, and ultimately, music, artistically, we're definitely not on the same page, but we can't wait to start writing again now.
Well, going back, you were saying you've changed like through this album. Well, how would you describe your sound from the Here Now EP to where you are at this point in time, right now, Boston Manor? What's the journey?
Well, Here Now was only me, my brother, and you who wrote that EP. That was just like a starting point. It was like, it wasn't even supposed to.
It was like a demo.
Yeah, it was like a demo. It wasn't really supposed to be like out in the open to the public. So we were kind of just like.
We just put it on Facebook, and we're like, it's funny now because now sort of we've got a fan base and stuff that is almost like we didn't imagine the wider world to ever critique the label, just to kind of like just to our friends, you know. It's weird
just to kind of start it off.
Yeah, for sure, and it did a great job doing that, I think, you know. But I do love that EP to bits, but I think we kind of consider Driftwood to be sort of like the first
like,
EP, I suppose.
As a proper
yeah,
band,
like
this is Boston Manor, we'll go from here. Sort of.
Well, that was the first EP. There was 5 people writing on it.
Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, I mean, I think we're a different band now. Like, we were definitely a pop punk band at one time. I personally don't feel that we are anymore, but like, it's not my
kind of moving in.
Yeah, it's a weird, like, especially the new album. It's a weird meld of like. We've got alt rock, then you've got those sort of pop punk sort of.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, sure. Then the punk and.
We did that on
somber.
purpose because we didn't want to go from an EP which is kind of nearly all pop punk to something completely drastically different because we could lose fans that way, and you know we kind of wanted
to write what felt natural as a progression.
Yeah, more to what we wanted to write, really, wasn't it?
So, I mean, we're not going to do anything the same. So the second album will be definitely considerably different to the first one, like. Because you know your taste change and stuff, like we're not really that into pop punk and stuff anymore, so I suppose you just write to your taste, don't you?
Yeah, you just because like you get bands and they listen to like hip hop and then they'll have like a track with like electronic beats and stuff, and that's how they change. But then obviously others go, you know, a bit more low, a bit more somber, a bit more.
It's like Turnover, their EP with
that's like
punk
ridiculous how they've changed with Peripheral Vision.
Yeah, completely different.
So going back to your album, what's some of the favourite tracks you like to play live?
I mean, I'd play all of them really.
If you could, you'd play like the album back to front.
I mean, I'm sure we'll do that at some point, but I don't know. Like, I love playing Burn Your Broken Glass is cool because it's like a different. You know, we've never played a song like that live before, so then it breaks up the set quite nicely. I feel like kind of boring, but all of them.
I feel like different crowds respond to different like songs.
Yeah.
Each time, so it's like one show you play and like say Burn You Up and the crowd go off for it, and another time you say you play like Be Nothing, stop trying to be nothing, and the crowd's not as into it, but then you go to the next show, it's like they're more into that song than they were. You know,
really
but then that makes you like that song more.
Yeah.
So I think that's encouraging as well because it means that it's not like we have 4 tracks on the album that everyone likes and the rest of it people aren't bothered about it. Like that's one thing that I've really taken away from this, that everybody, because we were trying to pick, you know, what songs should we play on the album tour, but you know what people have been, you know, responding to most online and stuff, and it's been, there's not been one single thing that everybody's been, you know, apart from the singles, everyone's been really responding to. It's been, everyone's got a different favourite.
I suppose like that's the thing, like you were saying, different shows, so like you just associate, you know, good memories with each song at that point because it's just throughout the tour, everyone's responded to all the songs positively, which is great.
Yeah, so every song really, isn't it?
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie.
I still like playing Trap Nerve. From the EP, I still like playing that like the most, I think.
Yeah, I think just because it's the final song usually, and it's sort of, the reactions are really strong, and it's just, I don't know, it's one of my favourite songs.
It's the easiest song to play.
It's not the easiest song to sing.
And then finally, guys, well not finally, but what's the future hold for you guys? Tours, festivals, what can you give us?
Not a lot, but we're doing.
We've got a lot planned, so like set in stone, but we can't really say anything just yet.
Yeah, like,
it's
going to be a very, very exciting year next year, but
busy.
It'll all come out in the next couple of months, I imagine, a lot of stuff. But yeah, we're going to start writing again because obviously it takes so long, the whole process. But because our year's so busy next year, we've kind of got to sort of plan writing in. So we're going to do a bit of writing after Christmas and then a bit more later on in the year and start to just exercise those muscles again and see what we come out with. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of touring and hopefully some cool festivals as well.
Sounds good. Well, just to finish off, what have you guys been listening to at the moment? Any bands that you could recommend to anyone who'd probably be coming to the show tonight?
Apologies, I Have None Pharmacy.
Yes.
Incredible album.
Yes. I'm going to just down the road at the Institute and going to see From Bottoms.
Yeah, amazing.
With Apologies, and
Still listen to that Crooks album.
It's great.
It's the best album ever.
I mean, check out Wallflower, who are on this tour.
Oh yeah. Can't Swim.
Because, well, obviously Can't Swim. I mean, Can't Swim got a record coming out, which we've heard and it's incredible. Like, listen out for that. Wallflower, like, they've not got much recorded, but like the stuff they're playing on this tour is
unbelievable. It's
insane.
Like, they're a band that should be like up here. They
love
should be
that band.
headlining, but like, oh man.
So yeah, if you're coming down to the
Crazy.
Boston Manor shows, get down there with the Warfare.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Please do. Yeah.
Well, that's it, guys. That's the
Thank you very
interview.
much,
Thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've been Jack from Salute Magpie, and we'll see you in the next one.